CBS.
Thank you again for doing this. After today's pretty meaty and sensitive interactions with political leaders here, I think there's a perception that the rest of this week is essentially, tree planting, bell ringing, and a taxpayer-funded family reunion. What would the White House say to that charge? That this is essentially the president coming to rediscover his roots, and that there may not be much substance beyond that?
I would not surprisingly dispute that characterization. Like I said, the president today is going to have the opportunity to meet with the Prime Minister of the UK. I think the president feels very strongly that there is benefit both here as well as in the United States to mark the anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. He is here 2 days after the 25th anniversary of that, and I think feels it's important to send a powerful signal of support by the United States for the progress that's been made, the sustained support going ahead. And then on Thursday, the president will spend a day doing very active diplomacy with the leaders of Ireland. He'll be meeting the president, he'll be meeting the Taoiseach. I think there's going to be a lot of conversations in both of those about Ukraine in particular, which, as I said, has been a strong and effective partner with the European Union in the efforts in Ukraine, as well as the large number of other areas we're working together around the world. Peacekeeping, USAID, and Irish Aid are working very closely together on food security, which is particularly relevant in the context of Ukraine. And I think the issue of immigration not only is a personal one for the president, but I think is also one that speaks much more broadly to the shared experience of a large number of Americans. And I think the president also finds it a useful opportunity to engage more broadly on these questions of immigration, to engage on the close economic ties between our two countries, as well as to have the opportunity to talk again in person with these Irish leaders about the shared foreign policy goals that we're working on, including Ukraine, as well as to Ireland, which of course is a co-guarantor of the Good Friday Agreement and clearly has a vested interest in political developments here in Northern Ireland as well.
And on Ukraine, there's an ongoing debate now in Ireland about whether to revisit military neutrality. Does the president, does the administration take a position on that? Is that likely something he would nudge them towards if asked or prompted in those kinds
again, I think that's a decision for the Irish people. I think the president has respected the fact that even though Ireland is neutral militarily, and I think the Taoiseach and the leadership of Ireland themselves have said that they are not neutral when it comes to standing up for the UN principles in the conflict. I think the president's been appreciative of everything that Ireland has done, especially through the EU, including through the peace facility that's been used in Ukraine, the non-lethal assistance that they have provided, and then in particular the really significant number of refugees that they have taken in. But I think for questions on broader military assistance and neutrality, obviously is going to be a decision for the Irish government.